Just the adjustment to West Virginia, because you're not adjusting to a new coach. So does it feel like you're just playing at North Texas, or are there things that are different in your life now?
It's funny you say that. It does feel the same playing for the same coach. Throughout my lifetime or my college career, the schools that I've been at, I've been around pretty major cities. So in that aspect, it is kind of different being about 90 minutes away from Pittsburgh. But it feels the same being with the same people that I was with last year. And, just from that aspect, being not being close to a major city, that's the difference.
A lot of new players around you, though, so do you have to sort of get a feel for them? You have a couple,
Yeah.
at least one that comes with you, but do you have to get a feel for the new guys, and do you have that already since you started practicing with them in the summer?
Did have to get a feel. Thanks to social media, we was able to connect really well, quick too. And, like Harlan Obioha, I played against him in the MAC 2 years ago when I was at Fairfield. He was at Niagara, so I already knew him. I was with Belo, came on a visit with Honor. So a couple of those guys I already connected well with them, but we clicked really, really well, really quick, and, that's been good.
Obviously, you played for Coach Hodge last year in North Texas, but why do you fit so well with what he does?
I think the number one reason, I got a big faith, my faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and He's God-led. So I think that connection is really well. But also another thing is that something that reminds me of my parents, they're not really satisfied, even though they continue to work to be as successful as they are. And Coach Hodge keeps going up and up the ladder throughout his coaching career, and he's not satisfied. Like, whatever he does, he always wants us to do better, do more. And, that brings me, that gives us a really good connection, and I think that's one of the main reasons why.
Was your plan always to follow Hodge, or did you look around a little bit?
So, a couple of schools hit me up. The number one thing was to stay with them. But, I have two sisters that cheer at Florida State. I'm from Florida. My parents they go up there. They was just up there for family and friends weekend. So Florida State hit me up, and, that was intriguing. But, for me, it was about being in a situation that I knew that I could be in, and I knew what I was going to get out of them, and they knew what they were going to get out of me. So I think, it was always, in the works. I was always trying. This was my number one option for sure, to follow him, for sure. But that Florida State dream would have, it would have been a dream come true for my mom. So.
So when people ask you, describe Ross Hodge, describe his system, what is your answer?
Defense first, for sure. You got to be able to play defense and be willing to do the things that he asks. And, everybody wants somebody to get it on the first try, but he understands with this day and age, everybody moving, different parts and stuff, new players all the time. So he understands, that it's going to take time to do certain things and to get certain things that he's teaching us. And, he gives us the patience that we need and that young players need these days to get over the hump and to listen to what he's doing. So defense first, got to be able to listen, and then he has really good schemes on offense to put us in positions to play to our strengths, not our weaknesses.
Coach was just talking earlier about kind of his way of navigating players through picking players out of the portal. That it's just not all looking at film. There's other aspects to it. Basically said one of his keys was finding guys who fit character-wise, personality-wise. So as you kind of look out on this roster now, can you kind of see what he tried to accomplish through the portal as you get to know some of these other guys, that it's not just about, he scored 20 points here, or this guy, that it was more than just about athletic ability when he put this team together?
Nah, for sure. Like, you can tell, like, we all have certain characteristics that we all have, but this team it's unique for sure. And talking to each one of the guys, like, some teams they have certain cliques, people click up there, certain groups, friend groups that hang out, but this team, it gels really well together, all as one. We all hang out, and we go. The other day we went to go get something to eat for somebody's Amir's birthday, so like we was actually trying to go to the movies together too, but they didn't have the certain time slot for everybody to get the tickets. So, just little things like that. We all want to work together, and that's not even on the court. That's off the court. So little things like that. On the court, we all celebrate each other when we're doing something well. We try to pick each other up, stay positive when we're not doing as well. And, you need guys like that to have a successful team. So that was...
One of those personality traits or characteristics that you all have, that you think you all share?
I would say maybe perseverance. That's a good one, perseverance. Not everything is going to always go well, and we all do a really good job of sticking together to get through, tough times.
Jasper, you sort of taken stair steps up from junior college through, mid-major, group of 5, now Power 5. Is looking, I guess looking forward to it is a bad question, but what's this next step going to be like for you?
You're saying after this year or this year right now?
This year, after being a group of 5 player at a good program last year, but now it's seemingly even another level.
I mean, like I said, I got the ultimate amount of faith in my ability. I got the ultimate amount of faith in my coach, this coaching staff. I got the ultimate amount of faith in my teammates. So, it's just the next opportunity for me. I'm ready for it. To me, this is the best conference in the country. So I've always dreamed of playing at the highest level, college basketball. And, it's just God blessing me with this opportunity. So just ready to take it all in.
You mentioned that perseverance. Do you think collectively as a team, a lot of that comes from a lot of your shared backgrounds? A lot of you guys playing at Group of 5, or mid-majors, and now all together at this?
I would say that, and, certain life experiences. We all got, different things that we had to battle through. Sad things like deaths, loved ones, maybe, loved ones, they want to do something for you and it's not in your best interest. You got to get through that. Different things. So life experiences for sure. We all got different backgrounds in that aspect, but also, on the court, getting through things and, playing at a lower level, having that chip on our shoulder too.
Jasper, what's it like winning a national championship?
Amazing. Starting out that year, actually, I wasn't playing at all, and my coach kept telling me that I was going to play, I was going to be an important part of that run, and it came into fruition. But that run was crazy. Like, first of all, we wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament. People thought we was going to lose the first game. And we really ran through the tournament besides our second game. And, in the tournament, all you need is you need that momentum and that belief that, everybody thinks and believes that they're going to win each game, but going into it and after you actually do it, there's a certain belief that our team really got. And, that run, it was special.
I imagine that teaches you a lot of stuff that you carry on to other schools. Here's the hard question, sorry. You've been close to titles, conference titles, CBI, NIT, sorry. Like I said, which sticks with you more, which shapes you more? Winning it all or getting so close and just, there's one thing you gotta add, there's one thing that's missing you have to replace?
I think it's definitely those, not winning it all, adding something else. For me, I haven't been to the NCAA tournament. I got close twice. I haven't won any championship on the Division I level. So, but I have been close, and it does hurt, but I'm just trying to continue to not only push myself, but push my teammates to the limits that they don't want to be pushed to. And because I understand the hurt that feeling of that, losing those close games and being so close to what I want to taste ultimately. So definitely those losses and those close games.
Jasper, when you chose West Virginia over Florida State, was that tough news to break to your parents?
Nah.
They understood?
Yeah, they understood for sure. I mean, it was all, that was just a dream for real. They already knew, like, we was trying to get this deal done, and that was a dream, though. Yeah.
Popular thinking would be that for you and Brendan, you know this system. You don't have a whole lot of learning to do, but bringing so many new people in, there'll probably be changes there with that. Is that the challenge for you two, to mesh the old and the new?
For sure. Like, Bilo and I talk about it all the time. At this point, we need to start putting stuff together defensively and offensively, more on the defensive side. We're not all clicking on all cylinders yet, but, that's our, as much as it is the coach's job, it's our job as well, because we're the ones actually out there doing it, and we know it, we understand it. So we just got to continue to talk to those guys, the rest of the team. But, the one thing that we love about them is they love to learn. They're open to learning. They listen to us when we speak. And, that's all you can ask for real. We just got to, get it all in one.
Is that the harder thing to do, defense versus just learning sets on offense?
For sure. Yes.
You said you lived in larger areas, larger cities for much of your life. Adjusting to a smaller college town, what positives and negatives that have gone with that?
I would say, this could be a positive and a negative. Like, when I go out somewhere, people, they ask questions. What team are you on? What's the expectations for this year? Be ready for the Coliseum. Another positive is that everything's close around here, and the people show a lot of support. So I think that's a real positive right there. And I don't know, a negative, outside of just being outside, I can't just go to, sometimes I like to see the skyline or something like that downtown, the city view, and I don't have that here. But, more positives than negatives for sure.
Jasper, what are the expectations for the team?
I mean, it's
There's probably like 100 different answers to that question.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know. There's just something about me that I think that not only me, myself, the team, coaching staff, the administration here, they all pour all in to this program. I think we have all we need to not only win a lot of games, but, win a Big 12 championship, regular season and tournament, get to the NCAA tournament, a run at the national championship, Final Four for sure. But that's just me. Like, every game I go into, I got the ultimate amount of belief that we're going to win, even though it's been shown that I haven't won every game that I played in. Not many people have, if anybody has. But, for me, national championship, Big 12 championship, that's just how I feel.
So many people would say, it's a brand new team, brand new coach, 14 new players. The odds are against that.
For sure.
So is that something that's in your guys' thought process? Maybe you don't even care about what, the odds are or whatever, but does that storyline come into play, like when you guys are like talking off the court, or just this journey is kind of unique in a way for all of you guys?
To be honest, for me and the team, we don't really care about that. The odds, odds have been stacked against us, multiple of us, our whole life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the odds, that don't really matter.
Yes, sir. Because of the way junior colleges don't count against eligibility anymore, what do you consider yourself now? Are you a junior or are you a senior? Have you thought about that?
I'm a grad. I'm a grad senior. Trying to go for my master's right now. I got aspirations of playing at the NBA level. So, part of that is being able to perform on the floor. And then a lot of teams and scouts, they judge point guards off of wins and how far you can get. So, ultimately winning games for me as well. That'll play a big factor in my future goals. But right now it's just, doing what I can do to help my team win as many games as we can this year.
This is your last year of
This is
college?
my last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jasper, you talk about going in every game expecting to win, and Ross has told us before that he wants guys who know how to win. The steps in between expecting to win and actually winning, what are the biggest pieces in those steps for you?
I mean, so expecting to win could be me sitting up here saying, national championship, I believe I'm going to win every game, Big 12 championship, regular season and tournament. Knowing how to win is, number one, putting your faith in the coaching staff's scheme, what we have, what they draw up. And, one thing I really love about this coaching staff and Coach Hodge is that they'll come up with a scheme and say if we're going over it in practice and I don't like the way, or anybody on the team doesn't like the way a certain coverage is supposed to be called or a read is supposed to be, if we mention that, they'll adjust to that. And we have a say-so, or like if we walk into a film session and we see that somebody has a weakness that the coaching staff hasn't pointed out, they'll go back, we'll bring it to them, and, we'll find a way to exploit that. So I think that's number one, having that trust between players and coaches to be able to adjust to the scheme. Because ultimately, we have faith in them, but we're actually on the court. The coaching staff is giving us telling us the positions that we need to be in, but we're on the court doing it. So, and that's not how it is everywhere. So I like that about them. But that's number one. And then number two is going out there and actually doing it, doing what they're telling us to do, the schemes that we're supposed to be in based on player personnel. You got to be able to adjust certain things. We might do things one way, but based off of how one team plays it, we got to be able to switch it up. So I think having a good scheme and then going out there, executing it, and then being able to adjust, which they do really well too, at half times and during timeouts and things like that. So being able to take in the schemes, know the schemes, understand the schemes, and then going out there and executing it.
Amir under your wing, and what's he like?
I try to I want everybody to be themselves. So, I've talked to him. Actually, I've started talking to him a lot lately, more and more. But, he's a really good player. And it's funny because, like, the older guys on the team, we gather around each other and we talk about certain things and stuff. And we say all the time, like, he's a really good player and he doesn't even know what he's doing yet. So, it's new to college basketball. This is the highest level, like I mentioned. But if he continues to, just soak in all the information, respect what the coaches are telling him, but while doing that, still be a player, be who you are, he's going to be a really good player. It's fun. Like, we was just talking. He was like, do you want to play in the NBA? And I was like, I'm going to play in the NBA. And then I asked him the same thing. And he said, I'm going to play in the NBA. I'm going to be there. So just now, we was literally just talking about that. So, I mean, he has the right mindset. He has the right work ethic. And, he's going to be a really good player.
Jasper, thank you.
Thank y'all.